Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here in Sharon Charles Morse. Please be sure to comment, like, subscribe to Sharon Charles Morse. Please remember to keep the comments decent, not offensive, and let's get into the video. So, people, I like to get into part 4, people are full of BS. And this is what a lot of people are nowadays. Alright, they don't grow up, they don't get a life, they act like the pathetic little child that they always want to be. You know, and the ones at fault here are the parents for raising a stupid, stupid brat in the first place. Alright? Your son or daughter probably never got punished, never been told that this is wrong, this is bad behavior. Alright? They've never, it's like anything goes. Anything goes. That's pretty much it. Yeah, and you know what? This is actually stupid and pathetic, Alright, you can't be like anything goes, alright? I'll let my son or daughter just behave like, garbage their whole life. And, I'll just let anything slide, alright? That's not proper parenting right there. That's not. Alright, yeah. And you know what? The parents that raise brats, well, I can say that I am ashamed. I am ashamed. Because this is not the right way to be a parent. And yeah, it's just not. This is just, it's not proper parenting at all. It's just saying like that, Alright, if you're raising a stupid brat, well, then you're a bad parent. I'm sorry to say it like it is, but you know what, it's the truth, Alright, just because you can't, just because you let anything go, right there, yeah, you know what, I gotta say, you're a very, very bad parent for, letting anything slide. Yeah. You never taught your child discipline, you never taught them manners, you never taught them, like, what life really is about. Alright? And for that, I have to say that I am displeased. I am just disgusted. This is what, people are, nowadays. This is, like, there are people in this world that just, they just, they don't care. They just don't really care. And they don't give a crap about, what they turn out to be like. Alright? And they're always going around and they're looking for people to, like, frustrate and piss off. And for the record, the little child is probably a loser and disgusting piece of trash, and is just, their lives just have no meaning. So, yeah. So this is what little children would want to do. They would want to go, out in the real world. They want to find who they can frustrate and piss off because, this is what little children do. This is what little children love to do. It's the source of entertainment. Alright? And staying a little child is pretty pathetic. I have to say it. Because the truth is, you're gonna have a disgusting life ahead of you. You wanna, be that way. Right? And a lot of people are just not going to find you, you know, really likable at this point. I gotta say it like it is because, it's, it's true. There are people that, nowadays they don't grow up, get a life, and, act their age. It's just pretty stupid, you know. And yeah, these people probably had stupid parents to begin with. So, yeah, I would think that would be the case right there. Yeah, I'm not joking on that. I mean, there are people that just nowadays, they act like total pieces of garbage. They're losers. They're losers. They don't have a life. They have nothing better to do. Alright? And you know what? This is stupid. It's just... You know what? These idiots don't have anything better to do with their life. If I should say so, that would be the big thing that I would be saying in my video. They don't have anything better to do with their life. They just, they behave like stupid, pathetic morons, looking for who else they can frustrate and piss off. So, yeah. Yeah. And being around these people, it just frustrates me so much. It frustrates me so much. Alright, this garbage from these types of little kids, alright, this just can really drive people up the wall. Yeah. And you know what? They don't care. Nobody gives a crap. Nobody gives, like, an effing care whatsoever. You know why? Because, they're just pretty much stubborn, they're selfish, and they just don't care about other people's feelings. Alright? Yeah. And you know what? This is probably the big case right there. Because, this is just, this is how people are nowadays. This is just how people just want to be for the rest of their life. Alright? And you know what is actually very sad, too? Why can't people just grow up, act their age, and stuff? Well, because mostly everything is like, steps of growing up are just way too hard to follow. Alright, if you just sat down and you had a little child read a book that said how steps on growing up, he or she would say, well, this is just too hard. This is just too hard. I can't follow this book. Yeah, that's your excuse. That's your excuse right there. And I'd rather behave like a little sneaking moron. And, hey, just way easier for me to understand that. That would be, it'd be way easier to, live life as an idiot than just than reading the steps on how to like grow up and getting a life. That stuff would be, it would definitely be pretty easy for me. And yeah, this is just, this is just the way that people are nowadays. Yeah, there are people that don't grow up, get a life, and they don't even know how to act their age. And it's stupid. It's stupid. It doesn't matter how, like, what type of human being you might be. Alright, it doesn't matter any of that. Okay, what matters is you grow up, you get your life together, and you just be the best that you can be. Stuff. I don't know what's so hard about that. Alright, and for the record, you're not gonna have friends. If you don't stay this way forever, nobody's gonna find you likable. Alright, you need to, like, fix your future. You need to get your life in order. This is what I have to say to these idiot losers and morons. Yeah. Alright. And you can't go around life just looking who to, like, oh, okay, so today I'm gonna frustrate this person, and then, next, I'm just gonna go piss off this person because, I feel like I can just do whatever, right? But this, what these, stinking morons, or these headless losers just don't, it's like they just, it's like they're always looking for, somebody to, frustrate. And just think, who they can actually make somebody's life a living hell. Alright? It's their source of entertainment. That's what a little kid does. A little kid is gonna continue to piss somebody off because they like being entertained. Yeah. And I mean, what else would it be? I mean, like, what else would it be? Alright, and why are people, like, why are they, that stinking annoying like this? It's because they don't know how to grow up. They don't know how to get a life. It's just, I think it's just kind of like the way that it is, like, why? Why? Like, why is it so hard for people to grow up and get a life these days? You know what? These people don't want to grow up ever in their lifetime. Ever. This is why people don't grow up. The steps of growing up is just way too hard to follow. And yes, they don't give a crap. They don't. Alright, steps that growing up are just way too hard to follow. And behaving like a stupid moron is way easier. It's way easier and it's way more, simple to understand that book. Like how to be a stupid loser for the rest of your life. Like the steps of that book is way easier to follow than the steps of growing up. Yeah, I would agree so. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm kidding. Right there. Okay, the whole thing is just stupid to me. The whole thing is stupid. Yeah. People don't know how to grow up and get a life anymore. They don't know how to act their age. And this is just, it's just frustrating me. I can't seem to understand what is wrong with people anymore. I just, what? It's just, it's just how people are. People are just full of BS. I just gotta put it that way. Okay? Yes. Anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. If you like what I said here, please comment, like, subscribe, channel Charles Morse. Again, please remember to keep the comments decent, not offensive. And, there are people in this world that just don't bother growing up. And this is Charles Morse. Have a good day. Well, yeah. I want to be having a good future ahead of my life. And I'm not going to be acting like a total loser moron and a little kid, because you know what? I actually know better, and I wish that there were other people that would have done the same. This is John Morse. Have a good day. I will see you on the next video.